Have you ever noticed in American TV how people can start fueling their car and then go and sit in their car whilst the fuel carries on flowing? Well, it turns out there's a small latch and a couple of pins that you can use to hook it on. On British pumps, the latch is there, but there's no pins to hook it onto. So I decided I'm going to make one of my own. So I've got a piece of brass and a piece of stainless steel that I'm going to stick in a metal lathe to see if I can make a keyring for myself. I cut off a length from each and took them over to Cheltenham Hackspace. The Hackspace is a community workshop where you pay a monthly membership fee and then you can use the tools and the space as much as you like. Another member of the space has left a micro lathe, which is the teeniest, tiniest little lathe you've ever seen. I don't have high hopes for it, but my lathe at home is not set up properly, so I'm just going to have to stick with this for now. I really am new to machining, so I am just getting a feel for how this works and sort of having a mess around trying to produce something useful. These are genuinely my first cuts on a metal lathe, so don't judge too harshly. And naturally, I picked the worst possible camera angle. So I started with the brass, and I started by cutting down the long shank that is actually going to go into the holes in the pump. One of the major shortcomings of this lathe is the jaws on the chuck. They really didn't align that well and didn't clamp down on the piece properly, so if I tried to take too deep a cut, the metal would just be pushed into the chuck, like that. So it turns out that order of operations is really important for this. I thought I could hold the shank in the chuck and turn down the main body of the keyring really easily. But remember, those jaws are not very good, so in fact, in order to get it at all well gripped, I had to have a stupid amount of stick out, and that resulted in stupid amounts of vibration, which sound horrendous. At this point I had to scrap it, so I moved on to the stainless steel, and this time I'm turning down the main body of the keyring before the shank.
It's not happy, but it's doing it.
Then I could turn it round and cut down the shank. This was much easier. Then just came round and gave a little chamfer on all of the sharp edges. I stuck it in the drill press to sand it, and then drilled out a hole for the keyring to about 3.5mm, and then used a countersinking bit just to, again, take the sharp edges off those corners. It's really simple, but I'm really pleased with how it came out. Now, all was not lost for that brass piece. I came up with an idea. And granted it's not pretty, but it definitely worked. That's right, I'm just going to blast it with a flat disc on an angle grinder. It's not stupid if it works. I reckon it's about as accurate as that mini lathe anyway. Again, sanded it, drilled it, chamfered those edges. It looks alright. So yeah, it's a simple project, but it's taught me some important things. Number one being that order of operations is very important. And number two, I really need to get my lathe set up properly.